How many countries are there in the world? That's a
Take a
good
guess
question.
right now.
237.
No, 195.
Oh,
Yeah. It
that's
says the
close.
total breaks down to
What was
100
your guess before you looked it up?
like 70.
Okay. Most of them are around in and around Europe.
Yeah, I don't know all that. It just says 193 UN member states and then 2 observer states, the Vatican City and Palestine.
Oh, interesting. Bless you.
Thank you.
Well, we were gonna do a. Jesus.
Sorry.
Well, thank you for joining us here on the CayVin Universe.
Yes.
We were gonna do a special Podception episode because we're behind on those. We
Yeah.
normally do one every season. You notice we didn't do one last season?
Yeah, it felt like it's been a long time since we did that. So
Yeah, we didn't do one last season, so we got to catch up on last season and this season. So hopefully we'll do a special Podception episode to make up for last season.
yeah.
But yeah, we just had to do a normal news episode today because I mean, there's just so much crazy stuff that's happening, or so many things that's been happening for us to talk about.
This past week has just been so like crazy. It feels like a fever dream.
Yeah, and this next part, we don't know if we'll be shadow banned on YouTube for talking about, because they do that for anything
I hope not.
political. But yeah, first thing we'll talk about is the Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, it's just been like so crazy, like how like this whole thing has like affected like so many people, and like I don't know, it just all feels weird. Like it doesn't really feel real.
Yeah, it's weird. It was like
But they got the guy, so
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was like
yeah.
the best thing that can come out. I honestly, like, I was like so glad that it happened so fast. Yeah, they caught him within a couple of days, and I was worried it was gonna go unsolved. And yeah, it's just been so crazy. I think like the worst part about all of this is like not even the fact that what happened. It's the fact that like the aftermath has just been so ugly. Like the people like making comments like if you're celebrating like the like a husband and like a father, like those poor babies, like I can't imagine. Like it's just so sad and so crazy, and it just proves that there's like other evils in the world, because that's sick.
And people trolling about his death.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's just weird. It's just like there's good and there's bad, there's light and there's dark. Like,
Yeah.
not to make an analogy out of it, but it's like, what's right and what's wrong.
Right.
And it's like, to be clearly just like just
And-
based on somebody's views, like this is not like a mass murderer
Yeah.
or somebody that's taken lives or ruined lives. This is somebody that was just debating and expressing his views, and he got assassinated for that. And yeah, I don't know what's worse, the fact that he got assassinated because of his views, or because he got assassinated just by a 20-year-old, just honestly, just like a young punk that doesn't understand the meaning of life, that their frontal lobe haven't developed yet, or their frontal lobe hasn't developed yet. Excuse me, dude. I'm talking like my frontal lobe hasn't developed, but they just don't fully understand life itself and the world itself. So, it's just messy. It's just messy all the way around. And then, of course, the conspiracy theories of, other things.
There's like, I feel like there's like conspiracy theories and like fake stuff like with everything that comes along. Like there was a few things that I heard about this whole event that like people got wrong, like his family being there, that was completely untrue. Like he was away from home at the time. And
I didn't know that either. We just learned about that recently, and that was the crazy part, because I don't know, even like on Fox News they were talking about that, how his daughter ran into his arms. Like where did that rumor come from? That just goes to show when something like that happens too, like the amount of misinformation there is out there. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And like how we said, like they got the guy, and like the crazy part is like that his own dad turned him in. Like apparently the thing was like that his dad recognized him, obviously, from the photos that the FBI released, and like he turned him in. So like I wondered though, like this was like my top thing, like does the dad get the reward money in that case?
That is crazy.
Like,
but then
did he turn his son in for $100K?
Right. You imagine?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that's another thing
that.
too that I'm starting to see is like, oh, his dad ratted him out, like his own father. Like people are saying it like it's a bad thing, which I guess in
he did a bad thing.
I guess they're both a bad thing.
Yeah.
So it's like the fact that a father has to turn his own son in for murdering somebody like that. It's bad all the way around.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like really bad, and the fact that like
it's really bad.
The fact that like majority of people, unfortunately, like there was like 7 angles available on like X and like TikTok, like
I'll never forget your reaction of seeing the video because you asked me like, do you want to see it? And I was like, no. I was like, no, I don't want to see it. And thankfully it didn't pop up on any of my feed. So I didn't want to see that. Yeah,
no, it's so bad. Like I think like now like it's like kind of phasing out, and like there's like apparently they're trying to make move to like have it removed completely, but yeah, it was so...
They already haven't moved it completely?
No, they haven't removed it completely. I think you can still access it if you search it. Yeah, but... It's just like, really sick. And like, I don't know, I guess they're going to seek the death penalty for this guy.
Yeah. Have we heard anything?
Utah still has firing squad.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
You never know.
Very interesting. Ironic.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody hates Chris. We've been watching Everybody Hates Chris recently.
Yeah, to go to bed at night.
Yeah, that's like our new. Yeah, but that's how you know
it's good.
It really is. I love that show. I loved it when it first. I remember that's how old I'm getting. I remember when that show first premiered because I watched it on like the local channels.
Yeah.
So
I think I would watch it.
UPN.
I think it would come on like I don't know what channel it originally came on. Was it Comedy Central?
I think it was Fox or like one of the local channels. I'm pretty sure it was like Fox
CBS or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That's a good show though. It really is. So that's gonna be our dog is right there. That's gonna be our throwback watch right now.
Yeah.
Other than that, we need to hurry up with this podcast so we can get back to the iShowSpeed stream. No,
I know
that's been consuming us. We like are weird.
I'm so surprised.
Weird and surprised to say that Speed stream is pretty.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Speed has literally been doing. He's doing like a 35-day like nonstop stream, and he's currently about like halfway done, and he's just like touring basically across America, and it's just like so like interesting. Like I don't get it, but I still watch it.
No, it's like
I like literally wake up and I'm like, what city is Speed in today?
I think this is what it is because I've always like watched streamers. I've always watched streamers clips and stuff, so I've been like invested and I know other streamers just based on clips. I never actually, but like we were just talking about, that's how it goes. When people are into something like a streamer or into a podcast, it's some people will go as far to say like they're a fan, but they never actually seen a stream or never actually seen an episode of a podcast. All they've seen is clips. And that's how it's been with me, is with all these streamers. I know and keep up with all these streamers through clips, but Speed is actually the first streamer to actually get us to want to tune in and to want to watch his streams. It started with the China stream. Yes. And now we our household, we always have to have something on in the background, and it's normally a podcast. Yeah. So we always have a podcast or, YouTube Kids in the background 24/7. So when Speed, when we knew that Speed was having this 30-day like nonstop stream, that's perfect for us because we always want to have something in the background. Usually we just replay the same old podcast of the week over and over. So it was literally perfect for us. Yeah, so that's how we invested in it. That's how that worked.
Yeah, which just reminded me, we are pretty behind on like other podcasts because we follow them, but I still have not seen the most recent Kill Tony.
We've been so invested in Speed and all this. Yeah, it's crazy. We're just invested in this 20-year-old.
Can we try this finally?
Yeah, and that proves that I was gonna say that proves that freaking collabs and sponsorships work.
Yeah.
Because of Speed, I've never tried Prime, and
Yeah.
because of Speed, we're gonna try Prime for the first time.
For the first time, and it is the iShowSpeed flavor. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and it says that it's okay. So I know it has coconut water, and then it's dragon fruit acai.
Mm.
So, and it did get pretty frozen. I hope, like you said. Oh, it smells good. Oh, it's good. It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
Wow. It tastes like shit.
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
I think it tastes good. I'm not even lying.
We don't have to endorse Prime.
We're not. It tastes good.
The what's that Office News show? Oh, The Paper.
The Paper.
Yeah, we watched the first episode of The Paper. L show chat. That's an L
Not that
show.
you've been watching Speed too much.
I know, right? Yeah, we were talking
No.
about not too long ago how we hate when people say chat, and we always say chat, but no.
Yeah.
The Paper. We watched the first episode, and we really haven't cared to go back to the second. I mean, I guess we'll eventually finish it, but it's it's already all released, right? It all came out at once.
Yeah, the whole season came out, and it's already been renewed for season 2.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
maybe
it must be
season 2
good.
will be better, because what they need to do, what I really care about, is if they bring back. They started the opening with Bob Vance and talking about Dunder Mifflin, but then I guess they never revisited back to that, or never showed anybody else from Dunder Mifflin, because again, it was all released. If we would have seen it, we would have seen it through clips.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You know, if
Yeah, if there
Michael
was
or
other-
Dwight or somebody, like anybody.
You're so right.
We already got the Phyllis and Stanley. Like,
Not even Phyllis.
I mean, we didn't see her, and we didn't see Stanley.
Yeah,
I mean,
just mentioned.
that would be cool to do, but now we know. Okay, Bob Vance, Phyllis are just chilling. They still keep up with Stanley, so like we kind of got closure there. But I feel like we should, it should go. That should be like a side quest throughout the season. Is like it goes and shows somebody else from The Office and like what they're doing right now.
I think
that's the way to do it.
I think that was kind of a missed opportunity too, because especially that like Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey are like still doing stuff like Office related, and like so is Rainn Wilson. Like he still will like affiliate himself with that, and
so why not?
Exactly. I feel like that was a missed opportunity. They could have had like some sort of little cameo.
Yeah, if in kayfabe, if the camera crew is returning to like this new. Paper company, they should do that. They should keep up with.
It's like all we get is Oscar.
Yeah, exactly. They should have like a throwback.
Yeah.
Like at least 2 or 3 people per season.
Yes,
but
for sure.
Who am I? I'm not a writer.
You could be.
Yeah. Take all your fucking jobs. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. What else was I gonna say?
It sucks that we went into the vape shop the other day to try to get a D9, try to get that
D9. Don't even say it.
Trying to get that Delt 9. And
Man, that was a big slap in the face.
Texas banned THCA and hemp and all that stuff.
I walk into the shop and I'm looking around and I'm like, oh, I know where it's usually at. And it's not there. It's like empty. Like the shelf was empty. And I was like, oh, did y'all move some stuff around? And he was like, no, there's new laws. And I was like, oh, what?
Yeah, because I thought he like vetoed that. What did he veto?
So he vetoed like for there to be like edibles, like how you can still buy like the cone pieces and the gummies like of Delta.
I don't want to eat the shit.
Yeah. I have a conspiracy though.
What?
I don't know if this is
that the alcohol corporations and the alcohol lobbyists pay millions of dollars for people like Dan Patrick to be in office, and that's what they push for banning of anything other than alcohol because they just want people addicted to alcohol.
Yeah, possibly, because they never do anything about alcohol. But what I was gonna say is like that I have this conspiracy that the governor like is being selfish, and I'm sorry, but like
go ahead.
I don't know, you might have to cut this out, but that I feel like the governor's being selfish, and because he's in a wheelchair and he can't walk, that he probably has to have something to like subside like the pain that he's probably in every day, and that he's being selfish and is like, well, I'm not gonna like smoke out of a vape, so like forget that, like y'all can get rid of that, but like I'm still gonna eat like my waffle cones and stuff, you know, like that he can just eat privately at home and no one can like say anything. You know what I mean? So he's just like, oh, well, let's keep the edibles and let's get rid of the vape cartridges. So that's pretty selfish in my opinion. What? That's my whole conspiracy. I feel that.
He said, I'm gonna eat my waffle cones.
Yes.
There was too much to digest there, babe.
Sorry.
Oh my god. What do you think, Chet?
Can I have that drink, Mr. This drink is nasty?
Oh, it tastes like tastes like the Kool-Aid's man's ass. What's that buzzing? You hear that?
No. So did I tell you that I asked Amazon for a refund on that movie that I got?
Oh my god, you were so excited to watch Hurry Up Tomorrow. What'd you think of the move?
Well, yeah, if you like really know me, you understand like that The Weeknd is like my favorite music artist, and the fact that his movie was so bad that I couldn't get through the first 30 minutes, and then I literally asked for Amazon to refund me my money. Because I specifically thought like I'm gonna love this movie, like I'm gonna
because it's
just
The
buy it.
Weeknd. But that just goes to show, no matter how much you're a fan how much you are a fan of somebody, that there's always a limit to how much shit they can spit out.
I just wish
before
he would
you're
just
just like,
stick to
nah,
music.
this ain't for me. Maybe he will.
I hope, like
Maybe
what
he'll
you
come
said,
back.
your conspiracy, that he's gonna drop The Weeknd, but he's going to continue making music under Able Testify.
Yeah, Able Testify.
Testify, I know. It's just an inside joke.
Inside joke, chill. Yeah, he's Able Testify.
Yeah. Like, oh, you're not a real fan. You don't even know his real name. Shut the fuck up.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, guys, we had a little too much libations this episode.
Libations.
We probably won't make one clip for this episode because it's been so bad. I've been stuttering and blah 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 blah.
I've already like 3 clips. I've already locked them in.
We suck.
No, we don't.
No.
Relax.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, what else should we talk about?
I think that it.
Yeah, we still gotta do Jumper Cirque.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do.
And I gotta pee.
Oh my god. Wait, what did we talk about today? We did Charlie Kirk. We earned money. Oh, do you want to talk about Dancing with the Stars?
No, we can talk about it next week because I'll be able to recap the first episode. Oh. Yeah.
What just happened? Vape.
And The Bachelor, we can do that.
What is this? Number
oh yeah, I was just gonna. That was like that one where that girl was getting bullied and it was her mom.
Oh, you want to talk about that?
We can end on that if you want. It was just an opportunity to bring up South Park and just be like, yeah, she just fucking. So you can just be like, yeah, so she basically skank hunt. What is it? 42.
Oh yeah.
She basically went skank hunt on everybody.
Right.
Man, so I saw this new documentary on Netflix. It's called The Unknown Number, The High School Catfish. And it's like this whole crazy story about like this girl and her classmates getting bullied by text, and all at the end it turns out to be her own mom.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Is that the mom that's like the meme where she's like,
yes, where she's looking into the phone.
It's like ordering a Snickers and ice cream at freaking 2 a.m. or something from DoorDash, or
yes,
leaving bad reviews at at the local park, so it's
Yeah.
less crowded, or the bar.
Or if you've seen like Mean Girls, where the part where she's like, "Oh my goodness, I love that skirt. Where did you get it?" And then she's like, "Oh, my mom, whatever for me." And she's like, "Oh my goodness, like I love it." And then she turns and she's like, "That is the ugliest skirt I've ever seen in my life." So literally, that was like the scenario, that her mom is like being her mom in real life, and then all in all, like she's sending her catfish text messages like, "You ugly slut self." Like, yes, it's so sick. Yeah, it's really crazy. And you want to know what the craziest part is?
What?
That the girl, she's not upset at her mom. She said, I still love her.
But what's the conspiracy that they use clips from the beginning of the interview and like something that she what are you looking at?
I don't know, no conspiracy.
That that Netflix made it look like she forgave her, but she really didn't.
Oh, I
Yeah,
have not heard that.
because they like splice clips from her just giving her a hug, but it wasn't really.
Okay, they're doing too much.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm gonna have to cut that out. That was dumb.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
So she, oh, I mean, I guess good on her for.
No, she has some sort of.
I guess good on her for forgiving her mom, but
Yeah.
I mean,
No, she has some sort of trauma with that, because there's like a word, there's a term for it.
Denial?
You gotta figure it out. Maybe it could be like victim, or like suspect, or catfish denial. But she has she has something that, like, yeah, I saw a TikTok about it, and it's like the fact that
okay,
she still forgives her because she's her mom is like weird.
Okay, so as a mother with the daughter, is that something like
No.
is that something anybody could imagine doing?
No, that is like equivalent to like giving your daughter up for adoption when she's 2, or like abandoning her, or being a bad mom. Like, that's so.
Oh yeah, being a bad
equivalent.
mom. Yes, that's equivalent to being a bad mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or like, yeah, you walked out on your kid. Like, that's, yeah, that's really bad.
Man.
Yeah, like you're literally causing like your daughter trauma.
Yeah.
That's bad. But yeah, she basically just went skank hunt on everybody.
The skank hunt.
Yeah.
Like South Park, the skank hunt 42. Was it 42?
I don't know, 35.
The trolling.
The
Like the
troll
scammers, scammers nowadays. Scammers and trolls nowadays are so lazy. I got a text message the other day about the unpaid tolls, that I had unpaid tolls, but when I looked, I was in a group message. So they had sent the unpaid toll message to a group message of just like 30 random numbers.
Wow, that's so bad. I remember
weird.
hearing about those toll messages on the news, and you would think that after it made national news that it was like a giant scam. They would stop.
Can you imagine the people that are like, oh, I gotta go to the website, I'll pay my tolls.
Sophie? No. Sophie and Day, like, man, I've never even taken a toll road, and I have 20 unpaid toll tickets.
God.
I just paid it.
That's so bad.
Yeah, but I really want to pee.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're sorry this episode was so bad and short this
I don't
week.
think it's gonna be short.
Yeah, but we'll make it up to you. We'll come out with a special episode.
Podception.
Well, yeah, before that, we'll probably come out with another special episode soon before that. So, yeah, look out for that. We love you. They're hearing the music. And later.
See ya.
And later.
See ya. Okay, wait, we gotta do pose.
No.
Wait. Okay. Okay, you're not gonna use all of those. Why did you lie and say this is nasty?